Hello, Firsties. Today we're going to be working on our fluency, and our story this week is Dinosaur Books. But before we do that, I want to go over what a fluent reader is. A fluent reader is someone who reads with accuracy. That means you pay attention to the word's meanings. You self-correct. For instance, the other day I read a story and it said something like, he likes to go to school, and instead I said he likes to go to school, and I knew that didn't make sense. So what I want to do is I want to correct things when I know they don't make sense. Another thing about a fluent reader is that they read with expression. You want to sound like the characters. You want to change your voice. If you're angry, sound angry. If you're happy, sound happy. A fluent reader is also someone who reads smoothly. That means we're going to also pay attention to punctuation. We are going to pause when we come to a period. It's also someone who reads at a natural pace, not too fast and not too slow. Let's take a look at this week's story. Before we start to read, again, we want to put our brain in motion. The title of the story is Dinosaur Books. So chances are I'm going to see the word dinosaur and books in the story. So I want to make sure I'm familiar with those. Another thing I want you to be aware of is the main character. His name is John. John. So we're probably going to see that a lot. Now, I've also highlighted some words that I think you might have trouble with. And I made flashcards for each of those. The first word I want to talk about, well, of course, we've already talked about John, so I made a flashcard for it. I'm going to put it over here. Got my flashcards, and these are the words that I'm working on. Put it over there in a second. You're going to come across the word didn't. And didn't is a contraction. It is made of the words did and not. Well, what is a contraction? A contraction is when you take two words and you squeeze them together, just like a boa constrictor squeezes his prey. You drop out a letter and you make a new word by adding apostrophe. Now you put an apostrophe where the missing letter was. So you see I have a D, I, D, N. There's no O, so that's where I put the apostrophe and the T. And notice that in didn't, I no longer have a space. I've had to squeeze it together. So basically, for did not, again, we took out the O. We squeeze the word together, and then we put apostrophe. Now they mean the same thing. I didn't go to school. I did not go to school. It's just different ways of saying it. All right, another word I thought you might have trouble with is the word found. It has that OU digraph that goes ow. Remember, like an out, outside, found, found. So I made a flashcard for that. Another word that sometimes causes first graders trouble is when we have this diagram. The OW goes ow, like huh, ow. And then we have ow. This word is also in the story. And then we have a third word, gonna ow. Oh no, that doesn't sound right. Let's take a closer look at it. Now, in this word, you actually pronounce it no, like I know the answer. The K is silent. Oh, can't stand those silent letters. But notice it has the OW, which a while ago went ow. Well, the OW can also go O. So, remove the silent letter I, no, like know the answer. You have words like no, bow, I have a bow in my hair. Those are all words that have that OW. Then we have the OW for like how, now, cow, wow. So it's important that we can distinguish those words and know that the OW can go ow or O. So I'm going to take these words, and again, I'm going to add it over here to my flashcards, and I'll put it in the bag in a second. So what you're going to do, I'm going to turn to the page that we usually work off of. Notice that this story has 139 words, and at the end of each line, it tells us how many words. Now, again, my goal for you is the time you have read it 3 times that you will have read 50 words. And 50 words comes right about here, now he. So if you can read that far, you're reading 50 words. And if we look on this page, we can figure it out. 57, 58, 59. So that's our goal. If you want to mark that on your paper, you can. Put a highlighter. If you want to highlight any words that give you trouble after your first read, do that. Make flashcards for them. And remember, you're going to read for 60 seconds. Your parents, if they can, print this out for you. If not, on a piece of paper, you can just write day 1, day 2, and day 3. It's important that we don't read it 3 times on one day, because after the first read, we want to practice our flashcards, come back the next day, and then we'll be able to read those words hopefully a little bit faster. And then we want to wait a day, practice our flashcards again, and read on day 3. And our flashcards will be going from the flashcard bag to the got it, as we can read them without sounding them out. So it will take us 3 separate days. I don't care what day you do it on. If you want to do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it's fine with me, as long as you do it 3 times this week. After you read each time, give yourself a fluency check. Did you read at a good pace? Did you read too fast? Did you read too slow? Did you self-correct? Did your score improve? And did you read with expression? Anything you didn't get a check on might go into your fluency goal for the next read. Okay, have fun with it. Get your timer out. Have somebody time you reading for 60 seconds. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start my timer, just in case you need a timer. And you can see, let me pull up the timer. I don't have it pulled up. There it is, clock. And I'm going to time it for 60 seconds. If you just want to try and give it a read with my timer, go ahead. Ready, set, read. Okay, stop reading. All right. Remember, after you finish, you can highlight or circle any words. This is your paper to do with whatever you want. And then write down the words that gave you trouble onto your flashcards. Mark down where you finished reading. If you finished reading, let's see, right there. That means you read 21 words. And so I would write, by day 1, 21 words. If you have any questions, tell your parents to send me a message. Good luck. Bye. Keep reading.